Hi everyone, I am going to teach you about the formatting features of Google Mail or Gmail. As for any of my tutorials, especially when we're talking about Google Workspace, this tutorial can be interactive. You can pause this video anytime you want and you can do or you can recreate the feature that I am teaching you on your own, but make sure that you're using either your PC or your laptop because some features that I will be teaching you may not be available on your mobile phone or tablets. For now, let's start the tutorial and I'm going to teach you about the formatting features of Gmail or Google Mail. We are going to talk about the formatting features of our Gmail or Google Mail. Where do we find the formatting features? We find it in our compose email. So all you have to do is click this plus sign that says compose and it will open to this page, and we already have a ready page for this tutorial. So I'll just put this on full screen. I also already have a sample email that we will format. Now, where are those formatting features? You will find formatting features here at the lower left side of the screen where you can see arrows, fonts, and letters. So these are the features that we are going to discuss one by one today. We are going to start from left side, going to the right, and then the second layer. First that we will see here are the undo and redo buttons. So just in case you made a mistake, for example, you deleted this portion and you didn't mean to delete this portion, all you have to do is click on the undo button and it will put back whatever it is that you deleted. Next would be redo. So for example, you just want to delete that again. Since you already deleted that, you just click on redo and it will delete it because it's what you just currently did. But since we need that, let's just click on undo again so we have all of the information that we need. The next button is the different type of fonts that is available here in Gmail. Now, not all fonts that you can see on your Google Docs are here on Gmail. It's only limited to these type of fonts. So you can change your fonts within your email just by clicking the font button. So all you have to do is, for example, you want to highlight this and change the fonts of this one. You want to use wide, then you just have to click that. And then let's just click undo to go back to the original. So yep, those are the different fonts that's available under Gmail or Google Mail. Next would be font sizes. It's also only limited to small, normal, large, and huge. There are no sizes within Gmail, like unlike Google Docs or Excel files. These are only the Gmail font sizes are only limited to these 4 sizes. Next button or formatting feature is the bold feature. So when you would like to, let's say, bold this portion, all you have to do is highlight it and click B for it to be bold. Next one would be italic. So if you would like to italize this portion or this sentence, all you have to do is highlight that and click on I and it will be italized. Next would be underline. So just the same, highlight the sentence or the word that you want to underline and click on U. So you have here bold, italized, and underlined. Next formatting feature will be text colors. There are actually 2 under this formatting feature. You have your background color or highlight and your text color. So if, for example, you'd like to change this into a red font, just click on the font and click on red and it will have a red font. If you'd like to highlight something, let's say you want to add $50 additional and you want to highlight this, just click on the text color button and go to background color and choose yellow to highlight that specific word or phrase or sentence. The next formatting feature is what we call align feature, wherein you can align to the right, to the left, or to the center. Here you can see that we are aligned to the left. If you would like to align this to the right, just highlight the whole email and click on align to the right. It will move to the right. Now, if you'd like to center the email, just highlight it as well and click on center. You can also choose either you just want to center a specific word or a specific sentence. Then let's say we just want to center this portion. We can highlight the portion that we want to align to the right and align it to the right, and we want to align this to align that to the left, and we want to align this to the right. There you go. So now we have different alignments available. Next would be the numbered list and the bulleted list. Now, these feature will just number your email. For example, these 3 sentences, we would like to have this numbered. Just highlight the sentences and click on numbered list, and you already have here 1, 2, and 3. If, for example, you want to use a bulleted list instead of a number list, you can just highlight this again and click on bullet, and it will change into a bulleted list. Next formatting feature will be our indent feature. So we can indent less and indent more. When do we use indent less? For example, we see here that since this is a bulleted list, it is indented to the right. Now we want to indent the first one to the left. You can either highlight the whole sentence, or you can you can click on the beginning of the sentence and click on indent less or indent to the left. Since we're indenting to the left and it is bulleted, it will lose its bulleted list, because when you have a bulleted format or numbered or bulleted list, it is automatically indented to the right. Another way that we can use indents is, for example, this sentence, I will send you the details, should be under or in connection with this first sentence, and we want it to be a bullet under that. You can either highlight this again, or you can put the mouse at the beginning, or you can click the beginning of the sentence and click on indent more or indent to the right. It will create a different type of bullet form, signaling that this sentence is in connection with the first bulleted list. If you want to bring it back to the original portion or the original format wherein it's not in connection with the first one, just click on indent less or indent right. The next is what we call a quotation. So if, for example, this specific sentence is quoted by someone else, or you'd like to highlight that this is a quotation, all you have to do is highlight that sentence and click on quote. It will create a line at the beginning of the sentence signaling that this is a quotation by a person, or a quotation by you or your boss or someone else. But it will show that this is a quotation. Another feature in our formatting features is what we call strike through. This just means that we are striking a word. For example, we want to strike check-in 24 hours or 24 hours. Just highlight the word and click on strike through. It will have a strike through that specific word or sentence. Now, we use strike through if, for example, this is no longer applicable, or we want to show a correction. For example, we are highlighting that the first time I sent this email, I said it's 24 hours prior, but it's 12 hours prior. So I crossed out 24 and made it 12 hours. Why is this important? Because sometimes we want to show our client or the person we are talking to that the first email that we sent out is 24 hours, and we want to show them that we made that specific correction and we're not just editing and really deleting what we wrote the first time. The last formatting feature in this line is what we call remove formatting. So you can either remove formatting for the whole email or just portions of the email, meaning it will go back to its original format without any formatting edits. The difference between undo and formatting is undo just goes back to the recent most previous format that it was, but with our remove formatting, it will actually totally remove all the formatting features that we did. So for example, this portion, we formatted this under bold, italic, underline, and placed a font color. We changed the font color. So if we click on undo on this portion, it will undo the most recent change that we made, not on this one. But we just want to remove the formatting for this one for it to look like how it was in the beginning. So just highlight that and click on remove formatting, and there you go. It will go back to its original form. If we want to do it for the whole email, just highlight the whole email and click on remove formatting, and it will go back to its original form. Continuing on to the next line, we have here the send button. This just means that when you're done doing or writing your email, you have reviewed your recipients and your subject. All you have to do is click on send. There is another feature here that says schedule send. We will be talking about this on a different video, since this is also there are different steps in doing schedule send. This next button is just hiding the formatting options. Next would be attaching files. This will also be discussed in another email together with insert files using Google Drive and the insert photo features. So we will be discussing these three in a different video. Same goes for insert link or hyperlink. We will also be discussing this in different video. Next formatting button would be our insert emoji. So if you're not using your phone and you're using your PC or your laptop and you want to include an emoji, let's say after saying thank you and have a great day, all you have to do is just click on the insert emoji, and all of the emojis available will be here. You can choose from any of them and just click on that, and there you go. Next would be toggle confidential mode. This toggle confidential mode is when you want your email can expire in 1 day, a week, a month, in 3 months, or in 5 years. So it's really up to you how long you want it to stay in the recipient's email. But yep, the email will expire in whatever time that you want it to expire. For the require passcode, I'm really not advising to use this, so always just choose no SMS passcode. The reason for another feature for confidential mode is that the recipient will not have the option to forward, copy, print, or download the email. So it keeps your email just in the inbox, and there's no way for the person to copy, print, and download this email or even forward it to another person. So once you want to put it in confidential mode, just click on save and that's it. Last feature in our formatting features would be insert signature. So all you have to do is click on signatures. You can either choose either no signature or manage signatures. For managed signatures, here in Gmail, you can actually have different types of signatures that you can assign on a specific email or you can use in different emails. This will also be discussed on another video that talks about just creating signatures. So stay tuned for that one. I'll be discussing signature features on a separate video as well. So yep, that's it for all our formatting features here on our Gmail or Google Mail. I hope you learned a lot about the formatting features of Gmail or Google Mail. All you have to do to be able to familiarize yourself with these features day in and day out is just to keep practicing. So have a good day, guys, and thanks for watching.